this is something kind of heavy to start. Somebody, I believe Vampire Anarchy shared this in our Reddit subsection, and this is heavy, and especially, well, let's just get right to it. Let me show you guys here. Bernie Sanders tweeted this out. Tragically, this is what we mean when we say the greed of the pharmaceutical industry is killing Americans. Let's be clear, insulin should not cost 10 times more in the US than in Canada. Nobody should be dying because they can't afford it. But that's what is happening today. And here's what happened. A diabetic groom-to-be dies after taking cheaper insulin to pay for the wedding. So there's this engaged couple, and there he is, and he didn't make it. He died. Man, I got to say, as somebody who is currently engaged, I can tell you there's a certain really beautiful aspect, and it has its element of bittersweetness. Planning a wedding can certainly be very stressful. And I have certainly had my stressful moments, as has my fiance. She's probably more stressed out than me because she's a better planner out of the two of us. But, there's a certain very euphoric joy about all of it. And, I know for us, it's kind of like, whenever I get stressed out about it, whenever I get, a little worried, like, oh, are we behind in our planning? I realize I'm just like, wait a second. At the end of the day, I get to marry this person and I get to celebrate with my friends and family. At the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. Everything else is just, whatever. We'll figure it out. It's not a big deal. But at the end of the day, I get to marry this person. And the joy that kind of comes over me is a joy I've never really felt before. And that's the honest truth. I've never been married before. There's kind of a special thing to wanting to make that bond with another person and just kind of feeling that love of knowing that soon you're going to have, a joint venture together in every form of the sense. And I know some folks don't believe in marriage, and that's totally fine too. You don't have to believe or not believe in it. It's just, is it something you want to do or isn't it? And if it isn't, that's fine too. You can totally have that same love without a piece of paper from the state. I completely know that. And I know there are some people I know who never got married for philosophical reasons, and they have an amazing relationship. But me and my fiance decided that was something we did want to do because, not because we want some validation from the state, but because we want to make it our own thing. And I think that's a fine decision as well. And there's a certain euphoric joy that I feel every day that I've never felt before. And to see somebody get robbed of that for such a horrible reason. This person, basically skimped on their insulin because they had to pay for the wedding. And now he's dead. So they were robbed of, their moment. They were robbed of that joy. They were robbed of a life together. And for what? Because of the greed of Big Pharma. And Big Pharma, they do what they can do because we cannot negotiate any drug prices at all in the United States. Richest country in the world. We can't negotiate any drug prices. And Big Pharma assures higher drug prices by other means too. They assure higher drug prices through a process called evergreening. What they'll do, they'll patent a drug so that no one can make a cheaper version of it. And then they'll keep repatenting it by changing like the color of the pill or something. And then they'll issue another patent. So they keep prolonging the process of making sure generics can't enter the market. That's something they do. And it's legal. It shouldn't be, but it's legal because of a couple loopholes. They're like, oh, well, we enhanced the drug. No, you didn't. It's the same stuff. You just repatented it so that it would be longer for generics to enter the market. Big Pharma is corrupt to the core. They are making a profit center out of human lives. And, you know, Bernie Sanders had a drug bill to get cheaper drugs from Canada. Cory Booker stabbed it in the back. So think about when you see his theatrical performances in the debate, which, by the way, Cory Booker is the most nauseating person to listen to in those debates, by the way. Cory Booker is that person in your high school drama class that's trying too hard. He's the person where every scene they're in, they're talking like this, even if it's a comedy or something that just does not warrant this. That's how Cory Booker talks, and he'll turn on the crocodile tears when it's appropriate. He'll clutch his pearls over Trump saying something outrageous. You know, Trump calls countries, you know, Trump demeans other countries, calls them shitholes. Cory Booker clutches his pearls. But at the behest of Big Pharma, he stabs a drug bill in the back that led to this person dying. Is he clutching his pearls over that? Are you clutching your pearls this morning, Cory Booker? Are you shedding some crocodile tears for this couple in New York who was just robbed of a life together? Because of people like you. Because of corrupt politicians like you, this couple in New York was robbed of a life together. Are you clutching your pearls this morning? Probably not. There wasn't a photo op for that. So this has got to stop. I mean, and that's an understatement. And that's why, you know, you don't support Medicare for all. You don't support single payer. You don't support ending Big Pharma's grip on our lives. You know, I don't support you. It's that simple. So, man, and again, you know, I'm not trying to but I gotta say, as somebody who is engaged at the moment, this is a pretty heavy thing to wrap one's head around. To think about what these people, these two young people, were just robbed of. And my heart goes out to the girl in the situation, and of course the guy who's no longer with us. And hug a loved one today, a friend, a family member. Just give them a hug. Go out and do that for me.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your